The universe is not a genie granting wishes. It is not giving you what you want, it is giving you what you are being in that moment. And yes, of course, sometimes who you're being aligns directly with what you want and therefore it comes to you. But if you are not receiving the things you want, we're going to talk about why that is today. But first of all, hi, my name is Megan Anderson. Welcome to my channel. I'm a registered mind-body practitioner and just law of attraction enthusiast. So I really want to share what I've learned through my own recovery journey and just spiritual awakening journey with you. So this is a universe of vibration, of attraction, of resonance, right? What this means is when you have a desire for something, maybe that's to earn more money or to attract a loving partner or to recover your well-being, whatever it is, when you are spending most of your time focusing on the thing that you want, you are actually spending a lot of time in the vibration of wanting the thing. And you might be thinking, well, that sounds right. What's the problem with that? Your vibration is that of wanting your desire. It's not of your desire, even though it might feel like it is. So the universe is basically responding to you with, okay, you want that thing? Well, you're going to stay wanting it. So let's make this a very clear distinction so you can go ahead and clean up your vibration very, very quickly and easily. First of all, I want you to get really clear with the things that you have been actually saying every day. Where are you actually focusing your energy most of the time? Are you focusing on the wanting of your desire, which usually means you are in the energy of, oh man, I really need this thing. I hate my current reality. I can't wait to have this thing. It usually means you're focusing on the fact that you don't currently have it. And you may even be wondering when or how it's going to arrive. And it makes a lot of sense. It's so natural for us to wonder those things because we're only human. So if that's where you're at, don't worry, that's totally fine. But we want to get you from the wanting to the receiving, into the energy of your desire, not the wanting, just the trust and the knowing that it's yours. So acknowledgement is the first step. And in the words of Abraham Hicks, you can say, okay, I'm going the wrong way. So what? At least I'm aware I'm going the wrong way. Maybe I've been putting out a different vibration from the one I actually want. And if you're not sure where you've been pointing, your emotions will always let you know. Do you feel a lot of tension when you think about your desire? Do you feel fear or frustration around it? Your emotion will always tell you which end of the stick you're pointing at. So to get you from this wanting of the thing to the trusting that the thing is coming, I want you to spend a few minutes every day visualizing what it would be like to actually have your desire right now. And don't worry if you don't know how it's going to physically feel. No one knows, right? No one knows how it's going to feel when you are 100% recovered. No one knows how it's going to physically feel to be a millionaire or to have that love or whatever. No one knows what it's going to physically look like because we are not fortune tellers, but we can definitely know how it's going to feel emotionally to have that thing because you have already experienced all the human emotions there are to experience. Maybe you have never experienced having the thing that you desire, but that doesn't matter. You've got the emotion. Close your eyes right now and get a visualization going in your mind. Who are you with? What are you doing? What are you wearing? What are you eating on that day? Where are you going? Plan out your entire day in this reality in your mind and really connect to the emotions. Maybe it's an emotion of joy or ease, freedom, happiness, contentment, whatever it is. Feel that emotion right now as if it were already happening. I know you've had this already, but the brain does not know the difference between something real and something imagined. That's why people have panic attacks, right? Because your brain believes that your thoughts are really happening right this second. Your brain primes you for survival in that second that you start to panic. And that's all coming from a thought. So if you can create a negative experience in your body through thoughts, you can definitely create a positive experience through thoughts. Now, this is the most important step I'm going to share with you. After you do this visualization, I do not want you to go back into your current reality and hate on it. I don't want you to spend time noticing how you do not yet have this desire, because that will again be keeping that old loop playing. Remember, the universe is like a mirror. If you put negative thoughts into the mirror, do you think it's going to reflect positivity back to you? No, it will give you exactly what you are being. So if it's money you want to manifest, for example, try giving some money to someone or try spending a little bit of money. It doesn't have to be a huge amount, doesn't have to be crazy. Don't make yourself broke, obviously. But even a little donation, imagine you're giving to a mirror, it's going to reflect the money being given back to you, right? If you are suffering with an illness and you want to manifest your well-being back, try being appreciative of the well-being you already have. or appreciate other people's well-being. Notice the well-being in the world. And I don't know what's happening for you right now, but for me, I went through a 5-year chronic illness. And of course, it was the most difficult thing I've ever experienced. But I started to recover when I began to feel appreciation for my body as it was. I started to say things like, well, my blood is pumping, my lungs are working, my eyes are working, I can eat delicious food, my body processes are actually working really well. And if you are currently dealing with an illness where part of your body is not working very well, focus on the elements that are working well. We want to get out of the same story that is keeping your body stuck where it is. And that is things like, my life sucks. I wish I was better. The doctors have told me I can't do anything about it. Doctors told me the same thing, by the way. So it's really just about watching the story that you are telling on a daily basis. Remember, it's a mirror, okay? What you are saying, you will get back. If you start to say something new, you will get something new. So like I said, after the visualization, it is now your job to try your best not to go back and repeat that same story. And it might take some willpower to notice and stop those thoughts that are coming up. Things like, oh, I can't wait to have this, or ugh, this again, or oh my God, I have another bill to worry about. How am I going to pay this? How am I going to do that? You know, I know that it's so easy to worry because we're human beings and we don't really have full trust that the universe or God or source energy, whatever you want to call it, is there listening to us. But I promise you that it is. Your job now is to stay in this vibration and this energy of trust for as long as you can. And that doesn't mean 24/7 because you're going to have moments of fear. You're going to have moments of anxiety. That is normal. How you now choose to respond to those thoughts, that's what matters. So every time you think about your desire and you notice yourself telling the old story, that is the time to stop those thoughts in their tracks and focus on the desire again. And like I said, you might have to do that 50 times a day for now until your brain really gets it. Because yes, we are spiritual beings having a human experience, but we also have a human brain with neural pathways that have been hardwired to believe certain things. So now we have to do a few different things at once, right? We have to change our vibration, which we can do by focusing our energy in a different place. And we have to change our neural pathways, which is basically doing the exact same thing, focusing your attention elsewhere, focusing on what is working well, telling a new story of how you want it to be. And yes, it can take some time to do this, and thank God it does, because can you imagine if everyone manifested instantly? There would be chaos, and sometimes you'd probably manifest things that you thought you wanted but you actually didn't want. And really the time it takes for your desire to come to you is a matter of a few different things. So number one, it's how much you believe that you can actually have that thing. 2, have you made this desire feel impossible to achieve? Have you put it on a really high pedestal? So I've manifested random things like hedgehogs or, little pictures of the Pink Panther, or, I just test the universe every now and then. And because I don't really care about any of those things coming, they usually come on the day or the day after, because I don't have any resistance about attracting that thing. But of course, if you are trying to manifest more money and you are in a desperate place of, I'm going to lose my house, of course, that is going to feel like a massive jump. So we need to close the gap a little bit more. How can you soften that resistance a tiny bit each day instead of focusing on the main desire of, I need to manifest this money, or I need to find this partner, or I need to create my well-being again? Take that desire off the pedestal and focus on a short-term goal instead. For now, how can you get to a place where you are not fearful of your present reality? How can you get to a place where you have a little bit more trust? Can you focus on smaller wins at a time? Your desire could come to you next week if you really believed it. But because we are human beings and we have a human mind and we can't really comprehend all the ways the universe can conspire to support us, we worry and we question and we doubt and we say, okay, where is it? Should be here right now. But the more we do that, the more we ask those questions, the more we are delaying the thing coming to us. You really just have to get to a place of energetically believing that this desire is possible for you and it feels comfortable in your nervous system. There's no tension when you think about it. And like I said, it's a big jump from where you currently are to where you want to be. So how can you soften that and make that goal a little bit smaller for now? The goal is inevitable. The main goal is going to happen. Just to get your energy where it needs to be, can you take that down off the goal list just for now? And you need to start trusting that it's not up to you how it comes. You just need to know what you want and why you want it. And the why is not because you don't have it already. It's not because you hate your current reality. It's because it will feel good when you get it, or you can help other people or help yourself, or you can do so much good in the world once you have this thing. Think about the actual end goal, right? So if you're trying to manifest more money, the end goal is obviously to be rich, right? But what is the emotional end goal? The emotional end goal is to have freedom to do whatever you want, to have time freedom, to be able to be generous with your money and your time. But if you are not already finding ways to be generous with your time and money, how is the universe going to give you more of that? And if you're trying to recover your well-being, of course, the end goal is to get rid of the symptoms or sensations that you feel in your body. But the emotional end goal is to have freedom again to do whatever you want to do. So a short-term goal for you could be actually getting up and going out and doing those things now, despite the symptoms being there. Even on a small scale, it doesn't matter how much or how little you do here. It's just about showing your body that you are living in a different place now. Whenever you catch yourself on the old thought pattern, you can say, yes, thank you for showing me the old story. I am now in the process of breaking that. And I am so excited to see the evidence of my desire coming to fruition in my life. To be honest, you will start to see little shifts happen. When you change your energy and when you have this positive expectation, things do shift on a small scale at first. I tested the universe like 2 months ago. I asked to see a red Porsche Carrera 911, right? And as soon as I asked, that day, I saw a lot of Porsches on the road, because obviously my reticular activating system was now on the lookout for my desire. So your brain on a physical level, it does shift to be able to actually notice your desire. So I saw all the Porsches and I was like, oh, that's cool. I didn't go, okay, but it's not the right one. Where's the red 911? No, I was like, okay, yes, this is evidence that my desire is around somewhere and that it is on its way to me. And it took about 2 months for me to see the red 911. But it's such a crazy story. I'm going to share it with you. So I had the most random pull to actually leave my house and go for a drive. I had no idea where I was going to go. I just knew that I had to leave the house and go outside. So trust your intuition to guide you, honestly. I got in my car, turned down my side road. As soon as I reached the main road, a red Porsche Carrera 911 went right by me at that specific moment. It was insane. And I trust that even if I hadn't listened to my intuition and followed that impulse to go outside, I still would have seen the car at some point. I trust that. But the universe will always try and bring things to you in the path of least resistance. It will bring it to you the quickest way it possibly can, right? And who knows, because it took about 2 months to see it, I probably missed another opportunity before because I just wasn't in the right frame of mind, or I was too busy wondering when it would show up. So that's why it's so important to actually notice what's going on around you, so your brain can create new pathways. It can forge new associations and new expectations. And so you can actually appreciate what you already have and what is already kind of coming into fruition, even if it's not exactly what you want yet. You just have to keep bringing it back to what you want, not the wanting of what you want, but the actual energy of the desire itself. I can't wait to see evidence of this in my life. Not, I can't wait to have this because I'm miserable without it. Right? That's a very different energy. So it's not only the words you speak, it's also the way you feel when you speak those words. And don't get me wrong, you can definitely just manifest things by saying a word and expecting it to come, but it's really the belief and the expectation that's the thing that gets it to come. Right, I think I've yapped enough on this subject for now. If you found this video helpful, please let me know in the comments. And if you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to have a chat with you down below. Send this video to someone who is trying to create a different reality, and hopefully it resonates with them. Honestly, there's so much more I could have said because this is such a complex topic, but don't worry, I'm going to be making more videos on this exact topic. So let me know if you have any specific topics you want me to talk about, and I will see you in the next video.